Hello again and welcome to Camperland TV, where this morning you find us at the mouth of the beautiful Burrum River at Burrum Heads. This is one of those places that time kind of forgotten. Over the course of today's show, we're going to show you around this place and the great caravan park that's here, where you can park up right on the banks of the Burrum River. This is the Bundaberg-Fraser Coast. The Bundaberg Coast starts on that side of the river, the Fraser Coast this way, and in the next few minutes we're going to try and show you as much as we possibly can. It's a beautiful spot.
There are a couple of parks in town, but you won't get any closer to a waterfront site than this one. Under the coconut trees with plenty of grass underfoot and everything at your fingertips. And while Sleepy Burrum might not have everything you desire as far as fine dining and retail goes, it delivers all you'll ever need, with a well-stocked food works, bakery, post office and fish and chippery just across the road. I reckon this place is about as perfect as a place can get. This week's tourer of choice is the highly fancied and very popular Jayco Journey Outback, ideally suited for a family with loads of space, a queen-size bed at the front, kitchen and dining for 4 in the middle, and a 2-bunk combo and ensuite in the rear. Plenty of cupboard and storage space and all of the creature comforts we've come to expect from Australia's favourite caravan. When you drop a van like this into a spot like this, pull out a camp chair, crack your first cold one, you realise why so many people are doing exactly this these days. Life, as they say, is for living, and my new mate Les is definitely living that life.
There's some nice places in Australia and there's a hell of a lot to see, but yeah, it's not as good as up here.
What are you fishing for here?
Whatever bites at the moment. You know, the boys have been catching, for the long weekend, they've been catching flathead and whiting off here.
I say it doesn't really matter if you don't catch a fish, because the food store across the road
That's
there,
it, mate.
they stock the local commercial fishermen's
Mate,
catch.
Yeah, and the fish and chip shop's pretty good too.
Burrum Heads is a sleepy little place. You can tell that the people that live and holiday here like it just the way it is.
Safe to say they've been filleting fish in Burrum Heads for quite a long time. Take a look at the old filleting table, complete with a scaler. Look at that. That's seen some use.
A caravanning, boating and fishing destination that has been a well-guarded secret down the years and has somehow shrugged off the developer's eye. But it won't be long, I reckon, so my advice is get in quick. There's plenty of talk at the moment in these parts about a bridge from here across the river to link the towns of Burrum Heads and Woodgate. That would be an absolute travesty in my eyes, and so to see how things have changed up there, I thought we might embark on a little day trip. Woodgate sits on the north side of the Burrum River and is far enough south of Bundy to have become a weekend and holiday destination for its locals. Many of the beachfront houses along the esplanade here have been recently renovated, but the town still has the vibe that's been bringing people here for decades.
So the Woodgate Beach Caravan Park is a cracker, and it's fronted by the Serenity Cove Cafe out the front here. For $11, you get a piece of barramundi and a side of chips for lunch. Perfect.
And after lunch, a stroll on the beach that today appears to be all mine. Love it. Mamino's ice creams are an institution in these parts. If you haven't had one, then put it on your list. They recently moved their retail store to the Isis Golf Club, and their ice cream tastes better than ever.
They say you should never eat on camera, and I know I'm not going to be regretting seeing this, but honestly this is heaven. There was so much passion fruit in that, and creamy goodness. Mamino ice creams near Childers is a must.
Back on the road, and with Burrum Heads in our sights, a chance for a last cast into the wind and twilight. It's been 2 days that have gone too quick, and sadly it's time to pack the rig, which takes literally 5 minutes, and hit the road for our next beachside adventure. Now I know that we're all different, and that's a good thing, because life would be pretty boring if we weren't, but you know, Burrum Heads. I absolutely loved it. I know plenty of people would ask for more action and more to do, but for me, a caravanning holiday is all about just, relaxing, putting your feet up, having a fish, going for a walk, playing cards, enjoying yourself, and that's what Burrum Heads really lends itself to. So today we're heading south. We're going to head down to Tin Can Bay, and rather than take the Bruce Highway south, we thought we'd take this coastal road, which is going to take us through a few more of these great little fishing villages. This part of the Wide Bay is dotted with historic fishing towns that go back 100 years. Some of them I've never been to before and look like they'd be worth some further investigation.
They love an old jetty on the Fraser Coast. Tagoom? Not really sure, never been here before.
However, we push on through pretty Maryborough, over the Mary River and into the pine forest country of North Cooloola. These plantations have been going for years, and driving through them after the rain, you can be forgiven for thinking that you're in Scandinavia, except that it's 30 degrees outside, very humid and very stormy. Our final stop on this Jayco journey is a very special one, a place that people have come to from all over the world to have a special encounter with a wild animal. More on that later, but for now, welcome to Tin Can Bay. Great name, eh? We're pulling into the Kingfisher Caravan Park for the night, centrally located and a beaut little park. Our hosts Deb and Mark are here to greet me on arrival. You've got these beautiful gardens, lovely trees and plenty of grass. I mean, that's what we love, isn't it? It's hard to look after when you've got people coming and going with vans, but your grass
out the back
beautiful.
there, if you take the back road there, it's and cut across the cricket pitch, it's about 700 metres to the pub. So
Nice.
It's a good easy walk to the pub. You've
Very
got a
good.
restaurant across the road, you've got another one down.
Deb, I think you've ticked every single box.
Well, and the golf course, Bowls Club,
Yeah.
coming into town.
They have a
Beautiful
courtesy
golf course,
bus.
18 holes.
Very good Chinese restaurant.
Do you worry about people like us coming into town with cameras telling everybody about you?
Occasionally.
The world's best kept
we
secret?
did a check on you before we came. No, we did.
There's nothing better than some locals' advice, and these guys are happy to give it out and super welcoming. It only seems fair and proper to give the fish and chip shop a crack to see what all the fuss is about.
So when you come to Tin Can Bay, you've got to stop at the Snack Shack. It's on the water, tide's coming in, sun's going down. Have a look at this. Oh, that's rare.
The day starts early for most in Tin Can Bay because, as they say, the early bird catches the dolphin. Yep, that's right, the dolphin. Tin Can Bay is one of only a couple of official places in Australia where you can have a wild dolphin encounter, and that's about to happen for us. Every single day of the year at 8 a.m, under the watchful eye of some very dedicated local volunteers, feeding of wild dolphins takes place by visitors. And according to Les, the owner of Barnacles Cafe, it's been happening like this for years.
We used to come in here where the marina is now.
Yeah.
They used to come around there because the fishermen back in those days used to have little shacks there, and they'd feed they don't actually try and feed them, but they'd throw their bycatch.
Their bycatch would go out and the dolphins would follow them in.
Yeah, and they'd come in. The dolphins still follow fishing boats in.
How long do you reckon that's been going on for here?
Over 100 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What's it done for Tin Can Bay? It must have done an enormous amount, given it's put Tin Can Bay on the map, really, hasn't it?
Yes, well, when I forget the grocery store that used to be here, the dolphins didn't come in for 3 weeks, and we had to sack staff. This is going back quite a way.
Is that right? Dolphins go on strike and then it causes economic rumblings throughout the town.
Oh yes, too right.
Here at Barnacles at the marina, you can just turn up, pay a small fee and register from 7 a.m, and in an hour's time, you'll be in the water next to a wild dolphin feeding at breakfast. Beverly has been a volunteer here for years and greets us with as much enthusiasm as I'm sure she had on her first day.
We took this photo of it. I took this photo of him. I mean, he just looks so cute.
How many dolphins visit this site? How many come here?
6 to 7. We have 5 feeding dolphins here at the moment, and we have 2 calves. And they swim down here pretty well every morning.
Every morning?
Every morning, yeah. We don't call them in. It's a learned behaviour that they come in here.
Do you think it's more for the human interaction than the food?
It is human act.
Is it? That's why they come.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
a curiosity of dealing with us.
Yeah, that's right.
It's funny, isn't it? When you think about it in reverse, oh, let's go and see the humans.
Well, this is it. Because look, when we were in lockdown, Mystique, he came in one morning and he's sitting there and he is just scanning, looking to see. And he looked so sad, so he went out, he starts bringing in items.
Really?
Yeah, he bought in 23 items.
So he was bringing offerings to try and get people to come because he didn't understand that the COVID thing was
right.
going.
Exactly. Yes.
Incredible, isn't it?
I
Yeah,
know.
they say they're so smart. They're incredibly,
Yep, that's
intelligent
right.
animals.
Exactly. Yes.
So here we go. Our turn to feed some of these amazing critters. I mean, who doesn't love a dolphin? Apart from maybe a Broncos fan.
We're about to feed 5-year-old Luna. Here we go, mate. What an incredible experience this is. Something that everybody should do in the sleepy seaside town of Tin Can Bay. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It certainly is a unique part of the Australian coast. And this is something truly unusual, truly unique, and something that everybody should try.
The Tin Can Bay Dolphin Centre is open every day from 7 o'clock, with feeding commencing at 8 a.m. All the details for Tin Can Bay's Kingfisher Caravan Park can be found on its website. And the same goes for the Burrum Heads Beachfront Tourist Park. See you next time.